Hey guys, this video is about Craft Vanguard as in the Vanity weekly review. So this time we're covering more reveals from DZ Set 5. DZ Set 5 was really supposed to be that set that was really underwhelming because all of that came in. It was supposedly going to be Leo Odium. That was the public information when we got the release news of DBZ05. Then they dropped the Faded King Raziel, followed by Sybil's new card. I'm just going to say Sybil's new card and leave it at that because I refuse to call it what it is. So let's get the start shot and see what we got, because man, Set 5 is slowly but surely turning into basically the set everyone's going to buy. First up, we have Galactic B Hero Icy Tefolius, grade 3 2.5%, 13k base, auto and scouted, energy blast 3, put this card to your hand. You may soul charge 1, then continues to be regarded guard circle. If your Orzhon has 3 more bases in it, it gets 5,000 power, 10,000 shield, after one work first turns. Okay, what I like to call this set of reveals is the set of reveals that I predicted a week in advance, or not a week in advance, but like the day that I thought of them, they proceeded to come in. What I mean by this is literally the day I thought of Galactic B Heroes, they got support. The day that I thought we were going to get Flagberg support, which was the day I'm recording this, Monday, September 23rd at 5:16 p.m. But what we do, we get Flagberg support. And there are a few more cards like this in the reveals that I just accidentally predicted the day of. Either way, though, Icy Tifos is a solid card. You know, it gets you a free soul charge. It gets only costs energy to use its skill, and it's a 18k, 10k shield. My only issue with this is I'm pretty sure I forgot what his name was, but the new grade 1 from B Heroes that was in like set 2 requires energy, I'm pretty sure. So it might not be the greatest card, but it's a nice defensive option. So 2 of tech possibly. Then we have Galactic B Hero Nibble Yarek. Okay, I'm not going to use this card, but if you've been paying attention to my YouTube post, there is a specific phrase I want to say with this card. Anyways, grade 2 set 5k shield, 10k base, act order zone. If you have a grade 3 grade Vanguard B here in the card name, rest the base order, call this card to rear guard, get 5,000 power for the turn, and then auto order zone when your grade 3 grade Vanguard B here in the card name is attacked, rest this card in your order zone, call this card to rear guard circle. Okay, or to guard circle. It's not a bad card, do not get me wrong. It's a 15k when it's placed with its own skill. You don't have to discard one for the base, and you don't have to soul boss one for the base either. My only issue with this grade 2 is that there are so many good support cards that end up either restanding your bases for you, which are nice, but also, you know, have the similar benefits except better. Like Nimble Yurik is that grade 2 where if it came out if it came out before DZ came out, then this card would have been like a nice 3 of, if not a 4 of. But because of the cards that came out in DZ, I feel like this card is not as useful, so it's probably a 2 of tech, but if you want to run it, by all means, go ahead. Then we have Divine Sister Pastry, slowly but surely, but you're making me want that grade 3 for Divine Sisters. Grade 1 boost for Should AK base, auto rear guard when this unit boosts a grade 3 or greater unit. It gives 2,000 power for that battle. At the end of the battle, if the attack of that unit hit, you may bounce this card to your hand. Cool. Way to recycle herself. 10k booster, adds on hit pressure. She has a sword. What's like about her? Easy 4 of Bushy. Please give me a Divine Sister grade 3. Then we have Thou Shalt Become a Knight Who Carries the Future. I always love the names that do this. Anyways, grade 1, Blitz Order, choose one of you is being attacked. Actually, no, here's another fun fact real quickly. So remember when I said there were cards in here that I just randomly guessed the day of that were going to be revealed? Okay, first up, I thought it was weird that Keter has yet to get their G unit card yet, but also I was browsing through Buddy Fight cards and I was like, you know what, I really missed the Buddy Fight names from specifically Hero World that were like, now you've done it, or I forgot what the other ones are, but like, you know, or I'm still alive, etc., etc. And then lo and behold, we get a card that pretty much does that exact same thing that I was talking about. Anyways, Thou Shalt Become a Knight Who Carries the Future, grade 1 Blitz Order, choose one of you is being attacked, get 10 power for the battle. If it's a third battle that turn or more, okay, this feels like an Aqua Force card, it gets 5,000 power. If it's fifth battle or more, it gets another 5,000, and after that, if your opponent has a face-up card in G zone, it gets 10,000 power. Okay, this card is not bad until you realize the sequence of events. The unit being attacked does get 10k for free. That's good. The third battle or more, okay, 15, not bad. Specifically having to wait till the fifth battle for it to be a 20k, so unless you're playing not a lot of, okay, I'm not going to say, not every deck gets 25 attacks. Most decks only get 4. There are a good chunk that have 5. And then there's this part. I don't know if this is a mistranslation or if I'm understanding this wrong, but if it really is after that, to my understanding, that means after all of these boosts are applied, not if all of them are applied. After all of them are applied, it gets the 10k, meaning if you miss out on, say, for example, this one, you don't get to activate this effect. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but if that's really the case, this is honestly the worst of the Blitz orders, because not only is it restricted to the battles to get more power, but that also means this ability is restricted to the 5th or later battle. Again, someone please correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I really hope I am, because if I'm not, God, this card sucks. So 2 over 3. If it is good, but if it's not, is what it is. Then we have a Meko Pestry Will Choice, aka the cards from the Sweet X Sweet order from Lyrical Monasterio. I want to say it was either Lyrical Monasterio set 1 or set 2. As you know, it was set 2 because with the set Hermina and Fortia came out in. And it was Will Choice, Grade 1 Boost, Fight Shield, aka Base, Auto placed on Rearguard Circle, Soul Boss 1, check top 7 for another Meko Pestro with a different card name from this card from among them, or add up to 1 the 3 good friends from among them, reveal, put your hand, shuffle your deck. Okay, cool. It gets you 1 of 3 cards, which is honestly not bad. I wish they had a grade 3 for this because this order is actually pretty neat, but you know what? It is what it is. So 4 of, I guess. One thing I do love about this, though, is that they made them all different grades, which was nice, and I really did expect this to be a main grade 3 because it does look like it'd be a main grade 3. Again, Bushy having like a trio of cards where one would have been the Vanguard, like they would have been a full ride line, and that would have been great, and Bushy chose not to do it anyways. And I'm gonna comment on that real quickly because Bushy has made trios of ride lines and just chose not to do anything with them. For example, the Lavair line, where you literally are supposed to use the ride line in the deck, and it's a trio of cards. If we count the starter quad of cards, you get my point. They had an ability to do something with this, and they chose not to. Anyways, Amiko Pasteur Suhi, great to 5 Kishio Tank base, auto rear guard, she's boosted by unit of Miyako Pasteur in the card name, soul charge 2, 65 is power for the battle. Okay, it's a 23k swing when boosted by this unit specifically. I mean, it can be boosted by herself for this too, but 23k booster, or 23k swinger who gets you free 2 soldiers. Not bad, it's a good card so far in the Miracle deck. Then we have a Miko Pasteur Markio, so grade to 200% right, 13k base, auto placed on rear guard circle, energy blast 3, choose a grade 2 card with a Miko Pasteur in the card name from your drop zone, put it in your hand. Okay, recycles itself if Bushy ever went back to making archetypal PGs. I mean, that's a free PG recycle right there. And then auto rear guard, this attacks into a Vanguard. Choose 3 of your units with a Miko Pasteur on their card names. If you chose 3 cards, all the chosen units have different card names from each other as well. So if you want to choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, move into the guard circle, and these you can have the power for that battle. Okay, so let me get this straight. Not only do you have to have 3 units with the thing in the name, but you also have to have 3 different units specifically. So the only 3 units you have to have all of these on board, and on top of that, you move 2 of your opponent's rear guards to guard circle, which is great, and this gets 10,000 power, so you can possibly remove rear guards and technically not make a difference in shield value. Okay, the skill is not bad, it's just the fact that you have to have all 3 of these things on board. So again, it would have been more helpful if this was like an actual ride line, and Bushy can't say anything about it because they have done it with trios before, and I will keep looking at Lavair sources until they make them better, but it is what it is. Oh, you know what? Another example of it is 2 Flame Gs. This could have been Flame Gs, but no, Bushy chose otherwise. And then we have the 3 good friends. Okay, I do love how Sweet X Sweet actually got an order upgrade. I now wish, though, that they had like a grade 1 version of that order, so like it could have shown the grade progression, like it went from a grade 1 order to a grade 2 order that did eventually become a grade 3 order. Also, I love how these guys actually look different from their normal outfits. Like these are their idol outfits, and then they just have like these cool, nice outfits, like their school outfits or something. I think that's honestly really cool. It feels like nice and calm. They're not always going idle mode. Anyways, order, play this card by Soul Blasting 2. Check top 7, choose the 2 unit cards with a Miracle Blast down the different cards. So one of them call in the rear guard circle and shuffle your deck. The thing I loved about the old order is that it only costed a CB, so for a lot of the Soul Blast heavy decks, it didn't do anything against them, and now this one conflicts cost with your Searcher. It's not a bad card. It really isn't. It's just they could have made that different, especially because, okay, to be fair, this does take CB, but I feel like this could have been a CB, but it is what it is. The 3 good friends is not a bad card, so 3 over 4 of, honestly. Then we have Roaring Voice Brave Shooter. So Great on Boost, Fat Shield, AK Base. This is Bushy's newest counter to G-Zone cards, because apparently Bushy is preparing for when they eventually drop Chronos Command and Transel. Spoiler alert. Continuously, if you have no face card in G-Zone, this unit gets the following effects. Act hand. If your Vanguards are grade 3 or greater, ditch this card from your hand and put a total of 2 cards from your soul or drop zone that were originally in the ride deck back into the ride deck face up. Check top 7. Choose up to 1 grade 3 or greater card, different card name from the Vanguard from among them. Reveal it, put it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. And if you do not reveal a card, put this card to hand. Okay, so it's a way to recycle itself and essentially use that skill twice in a row, because that ability is not a once per turn, which is pretty solid, and it also can deck then for literally anything that isn't your Vanguard, and it's any card specifically, so it can hit Regalia's piece, it can hit your main grade 3 rear guard, it can hit whatever as long as it's not the Vanguard. And then auto, when it's put on guard circle, if you have 4 or more cards in your drop zone, this unit gets 5,000 shield for the battle, and if your opponent has a face-up card in their G zone, or has a card in their G zone, not a face-up card, and buying a grade 3 or greater card from your soul or drop zone, and this unit gets shield for the battle. Okay, again, not bad. I really wonder why Bushy is pumping out, like, I think every deck now has gotten 3 from this one set alone. Yeah, no, because every deck got, like, the 10k Interceptor, or plus 10k Shield, plus 10k Power, grade 2. Every deck is getting one of these because there's another card right after this does the exact same thing, and then all of them got a Blitz order. So Bushy is really hammering in the anti-G unit cards. So, 3 of G units are a problem, 4 of G units are a problem. I don't know, it's up to you with this one. Then we have Magical Monarch Vasage. Vasago, great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base, literally the same effect as the last one. Actually, this exact effect is the same effect as the last one. So moving on to this ability, auto and put on a guard circle with 4 more cards in your soul. What was the difference with this one? What does it say? 4 more cards in your drop zone. Okay, that's really easy to accomplish. This unit is 5,000 shield for the battle. If your opponent has a G zone card, then bind a grade 3 greatest unit from your drop zone to soul. And this unit gets 10,000 shield for the battle. And if you have bound a card if you bind a card from your soul and after that you have the 3 cards in soul, you'll still get the extra 5k shield from the effect because it was placed when you have the soul count. Either way, Vasago, not bad. It is, in my opinion, I mean, both these are pretty easy to pull off from their respective decks, considering, you know, you're going to get 3 cards in there from Ride deck anyways, and you're playing Stoic. You're probably going to get a 4th one in there some way, somehow. And then Vasago, you know, is you're playing Dark States. Automatically, just by playing the game, you have 3 souls. So you're probably going to get 1 soul in there at some point. So both of them are solid, like 2 over 3 out of their respective deck, and beautiful moon in the background, so I got to say that. We move on to Heart Opening Fyra. Great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base. I was about to say this is a Res-IO card, then immediately saw the Dark Side symbol and decided to shut the fuck up. Auto rear guard when this unit boosts anything. If your opponent has one of those rear guards, or you played an order this turn, then this unit gets 5,000 power for that battle. At the end of the battle, shove this unit to soul, draw a card. Cool. Way to increase the soul, way to draw a card, adds numbers. What's like about it? Easy 3 over 4 of in like a Dark States generic deck. Then we have Direful Doll Balatramma, so great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base. It feels like this set is just upgrading everything, because a lot of these cards feel like, I don't know. I thought about Direful Dolls getting support literally 10 minutes before they released these cards, but I said Direful Dolls as support because it just felt really out there, and when I saw it, I was like, it feels like they're just upgrading everything this set, because Flagberg got support, and I really didn't think Flagberg was going to get support. Greedon got support. Gravidia got support last set, and I swear to God, Gravidia for some reason gets support next week. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Anyways, Direful Doll Batromia, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rear guard, and that is boosted. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 guard Direful Doll, bind one of your other normal rear guards, choose one of your units, and it gets 5,000 power for that turn. And if you did not countercharge this turn, put it to the bottom deck, countercharge 1. Okay, cool. Way to return CC, way to bind other rear guards, adds numbers. One thing about it, easy 3 over 4 of in a Direful Doll deck. Then we have Direful Doll Judette, grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base, auto plus the rear guard, circle Vanguard's a grade 3 grade Direful Doll, choose 5,000 power for that turn. If you place it by card abilities, it gets 10,000 set. Okay, not bad, except unlike this one, it has nothing to do with binding. You see, this unit can't bind itself, but that's fine, because, I mean, once you get 1 in there, you're probably fine with the 1 CC. This being, like, a good number, don't get me wrong, being a 15 or 20k beat stick is nice, it's just that it doesn't bind itself or other units. At least this card binds other stuff. It opens up rear guard circles and prepares you for the next turn. So, you know, this is a 4 of, this is a, if you run it, it's a 2 of tech. And then we have all the news from the booster, or not from the booster set, from the Bushy Road stream. So we have the new Varga, which is going to be the final triple rare for Dragon Empire. It's Peerless Demonic Sword Dragon, Varga, Dragres, Rakshasa. Okay. I really wanted this to be a Sybil unit, like how Gize was actually Gize, and, you know, I think Link Joker's manifestation was Glendios and or Chaos Breaker, one of the two. But, to be fair, in those respective rights, Kai did get a reverse Overlord, and, what's his name? And Icy also got a reverse Blaster Blade, and then Kazuma did get a quote-unquote reversed Luard, so this does feel like the natural progression. Hopefully Silbolt gets a different card that, like, Gize would be nationless. I would hope so, because otherwise this feels like a really disappointing letdown. Don't get me wrong, this Varga looks badass as fuck, and I thought the DSR, which all of you know I don't like stuff like that, looked really cool. Except, to also be fair though, that is when I was completely restless, and when I woke up the following morning, aka today, it did not seem as cool to me, so there's that. But anyways, this card looks amazing, and I can't wait to try it out. Then we have Chronos Command and Transel's in set 6, so it is now confirmed. Before, we assumed that because of the set 6 reveal with Chronos Command in the box art that we were getting new G units in set 6. To be fair, it could have just been the card in the back of a Rose art for some reason, but no, it is confirmed now for a hard fact. Chronos Command and Transel's are going to be in set 6. We don't know if Luard and Chirnui are going to get cards. I highly doubt it because they're already doing really good, from what I've heard. But either way though, new Strides, pretty cool, and their arts look amazing as all hell. And we have Dear Days news for Dear Days 2. Okay, I did not care about Dear Days 2. I was not actually going to buy it because $70 again for basically the same game did not feel worth it. But it brings back a legacy format. Basically, all those, like, I don't know what set's going to go up to. I'm going to assume it goes up to these sets right here, but all the sets from pretty much set 1 of OG Vanguard are going to come back. And honestly, that is pretty cool. I, quote unquote, grew up with OG Vanguard. I started Vanguard in G era. Basically, I think it was at the very end of G Stride Gate, not Stride Gate, the one directly before the one directly after Stride Gate. Wait, no, Stride Gate was the one because Gear Crisis was before that. Yeah, so Stride Gate, aka the one where Chrono gets Gear Groovy. The episode that he got Gear Groovy was the episode that well, not the episode that I started, but it was that time that I started Vanguard. But I didn't buy G stuff. I bought OG stuff first. So pretty solid that they're bringing back OG stuff for Deer Days. I think that's going to be pretty cool and definitely a way to garner interest because I think a lot of people are kind of disappointed in Deer Days 2 being the exact same price as Deer Days 1. Then we have, well, what do you do? Flagberg support, Giant Sea Dragon, Boat, Pelagic Dragon, Great Enterprise for 30k base. Really looking forward to that new Flagberg card. All I'm going to say is this. I feel like if they do upgrade Flagberg, it has to be a mask. Simply because, like, Flagberg was a part of the trio. Like, you know, Zorga and Orphis got a mask because they were direct polar opposites to each other. Like, or like they were always the duo. Like when one got support, the other one most likely got support. And in fact, the only time now that hasn't been the case is where Zorga has gotten the Teasing Spiritualist and Orphis has not gotten or not Teasing Spiritualist, the faded one, Zorga, and Zaska, aka Orphis, has not gotten one. And then, you know, Barrow Magnus and Hexa Orb and Eugene Rawl, like the trio, so they all got support in regular evolutions. But the weird thing is with this trio, you know, Flagberg, Gravidia, and Greedon, 2 of them have had mask forms, Gravidia and Greedon, and Flagberg's the only one that doesn't have an evolution. So I feel like Flagberg naturally would progress into a mask form, but hey, you know what, if it progresses into his own evolution and probably a grade 4, I'll be happy with that. Anyways, auto when placed on rearguard circle in the hand, you may soul charge 1, then auto rearguard once per turn at the end of this unit attacked. If it's the first or second battle of that turn and you have a grade 3 grade Vanguard, that's a Flagberg in standing, either CB1 or Energy Blast 3, stand this unit and get tons of power for the turn. Okay, pretty solid. I don't remember if any Flagberg support Energy Blast, but if there's none, that's your free Energy Blaster right there. This straight up replaces Inlet Pulse in case Inlet Pulse is either too expensive or in case there are turns you whiff Inlet Pulse. There have been games where I have, and even if you don't whiff Inlet Pulse, it can combo with Inlet Pulse along with that grade 3 you can have in the back center blue Shell Cannon Dragon. My Flagberg deck is going to have so many grade 3s, but it's going to be so worth it when I have a bunch of guns staring my opponent down. Either way, Boat Pelagic Dragon, very solid grade 3. Hit you soul charges, get you restands, gets numbers out of it, and it can blow the hell out of an opponent's Vanguard, because nothing about freaking Inlet Pulse, he only works when you swing into a grade 3. This works regardless of what grade the opponent's at, so 4 of. Then we have Coastal Assault, I almost said Coral Assault, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto back or rear guard circle. When your rear guard stand comments unit stands, if you have a great 3 good Vanguard flag burn the card, energy boss 2 stand it. Okay, not bad. It can restand itself. It's not horrible, but your energy is probably going to go to this fucker. So if you do choose to run it, 3 of or 4 of. If you don't choose to run it, this is where your copies are going. And on to our last reviews for today. First up, we have Gabriel. This is true form, so big dragon boy. Something tells me this is somehow going to be a rear guard, but god damn, that looks badass enough for me not to care, so pretty cool. Then we have Compet Director Saplina, so grade 3 to 9% right, 13k base. Finish rear guard of your Vanguard's a grade 3 grade Elisa Fill. She gets 5,000 power, active on both players' turn, so 18k base, not bad. And then auto, when she's put on from rear guard into soul by the ability of your grade 3 grade Vanguard of Elisa Fill in the card name. If your opponent's Vanguard's also grade 3 or greater, your entire farm gets 5,000 power for the turn. Auto, she's a pretty solid and competent grade 3 because not only the fact that because Lisa Fill wants to put everything but one front or rear guard into soul for her skill, so in case she's the one unit that you don't put to soul, she's at least an 18k for both players' turn, which is nice, but also in the fact of if she does get put to soul because you have the restander on board, you can give the front row 5k, including the restander, so she's all around making your front row at least a plus 15, because Lisa Phil probably got more than 10 from her own skill, and same with the restander. So all around, Zeplina, not a bad grade 3 at all, very good support for Lisa Phil. I honestly like her as a 4 of. Then we have Weaving Thoughts Together Shakol, so grade 2 of 5k shield, 10k base. Auto, she's put from rear guard into soul by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard Lisa Phil on the card, you may put it to your hand. So okay, it can recycle itself and make your have an extra 5k shield. It's not bad, but I feel like Lisa Phil already has enough drive checks to kind of warrant the fact of not needing this, but if you think Lisa Phil needs this, then it's a 3 of or 4 of. Then we have Clover Hearts Ninel, so great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto placed on rear guard circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Lisa Phil in the card name, CB1, choose a grade 2 as normally with a different card name from this unit without Sentinel from the soul, put it to your hand, and you may soul charge 1. Okay,
Cool. It allows you to recycle your important units, and it allows you to soul charge in case you really need the extra soul, or in case you feel like you don't have a trigger on top, so you can deck them for triggers. Aura Vanilla is not bad for that skill alone. Again, I say it's just free recycling for 1 CB, and then auto rear guard when this unit boosts if you have a great Greater Vanguard Lisa fill in the card name, Soul Blast 2, and she'll get 10 power for the battle. Okay, cool. Once you use Lisa Full's Divine skill, you no longer have to worry about having a specific soul count, so being able to make this thing an 18k booster is all around pretty solid. So Nanilla, the CB makes me not want to say 4 of, so I will say a 3 of for her, because again, it can't fetch anything from soul, and it is a soul charge one, so there's that. Then finally we have C. Valos Valio Heresol. So great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base. It's literally almost the exact same thing for Batum for the other 2 G unit hate cards, but then her specific thing for her guard skill is you have to have 2 or more open rear guards, so it shouldn't be too hard since this is freaking Lyrica Monasterio, and literally the deck right above this is going to probably have 2 or more open rear guards. So yeah, Heresol, not a bad grade 3 anti-G support card, so you know what, 3 of. And without further ado, I'm going to this one here. I hope all of you enjoyed. Alright, we got some pretty good cards today. This thing is badass as fuck, and next week we just vaguely got the idea that we are going to get cards from the anime. So if Levi Ross gets a Destined King form, or there is a secret Silbolt card that isn't Varga, we're gonna have a good time. So I'll see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to set up your Vanguards.